Imagine waking up. Not to the familiar press of a mattress against your back, but to a gentle, floating sensation. You open your eyes. Above you, below you, all around you is your room. Your bed is a soft sleeping bag tethered to a wall. Or is it a ceiling? In space, such words lose their meaning. You push off with a fingertip, a tiny gesture that sends you gliding across the space toward the viewport. Outside, the vast star-dusted tapestry of the cosmos hangs in silent splendor. Earth, a swirling blue and white marble, might be a distant memory, a legend from the history books. This isn't a dream, this is home. For generations, your ancestors have lived this way, adrift in the endless ocean of space. To understand our future in space, we must first look back to our origins on Earth. Every living thing you see, from the tallest redwood tree to the smallest insect, is a monument to gravity. Think about your own body. You are standing on two powerful legs. Your skeleton is a masterpiece of engineering, a sturdy frame designed to support your weight against the relentless downward tug of our planet. It's a battle we don't even notice, but our bodies are fighting it every second of every day. Our heart is a robust pump, strong enough to push blood all the way up to our brain against gravity's flow. We have an inner ear system, a sophisticated biological gyroscope that gives us our sense of balance. It tells us which way is up and which way is down. Fast forward thousands of years, a new human has emerged. Their bodies are a testament to a life lived in zero gravity. The most striking difference would be their stature. Without the constant compression of gravity on their spines, these humans would be taller, more slender, and more delicate in appearance. Their bones would have evolved to be less dense, more like the bones of a bird. On Earth, this would lead to constant fractures. But in space, where there is no weight to support, massive, heavy bones are just extra baggage. Their musculature would also be radically different. The large, powerful leg muscles we rely on for walking and running would be greatly reduced. Instead, their arms and hands would become more developed and dexterous. Inside their bodies, the changes would be just as profound. The human heart, no longer needing to pump blood against gravity, would likely become smaller and more efficient. Daily life in zero gravity would be a continuous fluid dance. Imagine starting your day. You wouldn't walk to the kitchen, you would float. Every action would need to be deliberate. Something as simple as opening a container would require you to be anchored, otherwise turning the lid would just spin your entire body around. Eating and drinking would present their own unique challenges. You couldn't simply pour a glass of water. Water in zero gravity doesn't pour. It forms floating globules that can drift away and damage electronic equipment. Sleep would also be a different experience. On Earth, we lie down. In space, there is no down. Astronauts find that sleeping bags tethered to a wall provide the most comfort. Social interaction would be transformed in a three-dimensional living space. Conversations could happen with people floating at any angle. A room would not just be the floor area, but the entire volume of the space. Our senses are finely tuned for life on a planet with a distinct down, so how would they adapt to a world without it? The most significant change would be to our vestibular system. Without a reliable inner ear compass, our spacefaring descendants would come to rely much more heavily on their vision. Their eyes would become their primary tool for orientation. Our sense of touch would also take on a new importance. In a world where you move by pushing and pulling, the sensitivity of your hands and feet would be key. Even our sense of smell could change. In a closed environment like a space habitat, air circulation is absolutely critical. A heightened sense of smell might evolve as an early warning system. Comparing an Earth-born human with a space-evolved human would be like comparing a deep-sea fish to a soaring eagle. Both are perfectly adapted to their own environment, but they would be completely out of place in the others. An Earthling traveling to a space habitat would feel clumsy and heavy. Their body, built for gravity, would struggle. They would need constant exercise to prevent their muscles and bones from deteriorating. Conversely, a star dweller visiting Earth would face a truly torturous experience. For them, Earth's gravity would be a crushing, overwhelming force. Their light, delicate bones would be at extreme risk of fracture. This deep biological divergence would create a fundamental split in the human species. We would become two separate species, Homo sapiens and Homo spatiens. Perhaps the star-dwellers would view their earthbound ancestors with a mixture of pity and reverence. The earthbound, in turn, might see the star-dwellers as the embodiment of humanity's ultimate dream, the freedom to roam the cosmos. The absence of gravity would not just reshape our bodies, it would fundamentally reshape our society and culture. Think about our architecture. On Earth, buildings are all about fighting gravity. In space, architecture would be about managing volume. Social hierarchies, which are often expressed spatially on Earth, would have to find new forms of expression. Status might instead be conveyed by the size of one's personal volume, access to a private viewport, or the quality of one's personal life support systems. Art and recreation would also be transformed. Imagine a new form of ballet, a three-dimensional dance where performers float and spin in ways impossible on Earth. With living space being a precious resource, community living might become the norm. This could foster a more collectivist and cooperative culture, where the well-being of the group and the integrity of the habitat are paramount. Living in a three-dimensional, gravity-free world would do more than change our bodies and our society. It would change the very way we think. On Earth, our thinking is often linear and hierarchical. But a brain that grows up navigating a three-dimensional space might develop different cognitive pathways. Problem-solving might become more fluid, more multidimensional. Concepts that are difficult for us to grasp might be intuitive for a mind that never knew the constraints of a two-dimensional oriented world. Our philosophy and spirituality would also evolve. For a people born among the stars, the cosmos would not be a distant, abstract concept. It would be their backyard. Their sense of the divine might be found in the intricate laws of physics and the breathtaking beauty of a spiral galaxy viewed from their window. This cosmic perspective could foster a profound sense of humility and connection to the universe. The star-dwellers' minds would be as open and as vast as the space they call home. The story of zero-gravity evolution is a story of divergence, of humanity taking a new path. It's a reminder that evolution is not a ladder leading to a single perfect form. It is a branching tree, exploring every possible niche. The prospect of Homo sapiens splitting from Homo sapiens might seem sad, or even frightening, but it is also a sign of our species' incredible success. It means we will have not only survived beyond our home planet, but thrived to the point of making the cosmos our permanent home. The journey will not be easy. We will have to make conscious decisions about how we guide this evolution, if at all. These are questions that future generations will have to answer. The path we choose will determine the future of our species in the universe. The star-dwellers would be the explorers, the pioneers pushing ever deeper into the galaxy. The earthbound humans would be the keepers of the flame, the guardians of our original home, the living library of our shared history. One day, perhaps tens of thousands of years from now, our descendants might look back at this moment in time. They will be the children of the cosmos, beings of starlight and imagination, and they will have fulfilled one of humanity's oldest dreams, to slip the surly bonds of Earth and touch the face of the universe. Our future is not written in stone, but in the stars.